What's up, Pokemon League Championship fans? It is your CEO, Ian, as always, coming in with the final week of Season 14's regular season. Mike's in the shot. That's a pretty tight mic, I guess. But as always, we've got our giveaways. This one that you're looking at is our special giveaway this week. It's the Shiny Mew. That one you have to follow the instructions in chat, which I'll post in a second, as always. To get then the standard giveaway that you can drop Magikarps onto GTS for is the standard Game Freak Mew, which you can just drop a Magikarp on the GTS asking for a Mew, and we will be there to give that to you guys. Let us know in chat. In the meantime, follow the instructions here, which I'm posting right now. Giveaway. Basically, you have to add us on our friend code and give us your friend code, and then you can get them. I hate how this says, like, we're not live. We're totally live, bro. We're live, right? You guys see us, right?
Yeah, we're live.
We're mad fucking live right now, you guys. So live. Alright, let's see. Give away. I didn't even introduce you guys yet. Hang on, I'm slipping today. I just want to make sure this is going. Alright, cool. Alright, guys, follow the instructions in chat. Get your Mews. That's how it goes down. We don't do crazy hashtags like, drag boys and stuff like that anymore. We tried to curb that. As always, I've got my co-host with me. Welcome back, the venerated veteran here, Jay.
Squad.
It's
What's
good
up, guys?
good to have you back. Zach
Thanks,
may or may not show up. He's behind. He has some family stuff to go on. We'll just continue on without him, which is great for most of you guys, I'm sure. Following up, we have our new commentator for the season, pulling in on his last week of the season, Dan.
Hi.
It's good to have you guys. So week 13 was really stressful. Shout out to Haribo Gummy Bears. I know I'm back on them, even though I said I wouldn't be. Whatever.
Sugar cancer.
Right. Mews today. Get your giveaways. This week was pretty crazy. I mean, it was the last week of the season. Almost every match mattered, except for like two, basically. Like Mike and Arise's match kind of mattered, but it didn't have a whole lot of implications on the grand scheme of things. And then John and Zach's match was more or less a pride thing. Interesting fact about both of those matches. We don't have replays for them because there is no there basically is no replay for those stream ones. They forfeited. Like John had to forfeit because he had some family problems, and then Arise, it was his wife's birthday, so he forfeited to Mike. No spots changed there, so just get that out of the way. How'd you guys feel about your week 13s?
I was mentally prepared to basically not lose. I did not want to start the playoffs with a 4-loss losing streak, so...
You could have stood to lose.
Nah.
I'd have liked it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely liked it. But, being the divine, we had to make some people unhappy.
I respect it.
So you came in just, trying to go hard this week?
Basically, it was just like, alright, I need to, not be a pussy.
Yeah, don't we all? I know Jay and I we actually had a match this week between the two of us. So, not much to say without actually showing the match there, but I was definitely, last time I didn't prepare as much for him. He shat on me. This time I definitely prepared for him. We'll see how that goes. It's definitely an exciting match, no matter what.
Right.
Nobody's asking for Mews here. Come on, man. It's hard as fuck to get Mews, guys. Come on.
It's okay, bro. For me personally, this week was stressful just because certain outside factors like school and then certain other requirements I need to brought to my attention. But I had prepped the week before, and then I had to prep the day of the battle, so I was still extremely well prepared. But to say I wasn't super confident, but I was, since I do the standings and stuff, I kind of get a little bit of a preview. Or I kind of just know some stuff about the bracket, how it's gonna look. So I was, if I lost, I lost. I was what's what I'm looking for. I was prepared for whatever to happen. Because I was like, I'm already in playoffs, so just whoever I face is whoever I face, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I came in looking for it. Obviously, my whole thing this week, I really wanted to maintain 4th spot because I wanted to go in with a week off and also not have to do the best of ones, and then also not have to fight through the entire bracket. So like my whole goal coming into this week was just to like not lose, so that I could maintain 4th spot and just go in with like kind of a sigh of relief.
Gotcha.
We'll watch that later. It's actually the last match. It's a really good match. So, in the meantime, let's go switch over to our replays so you guys can start checking those out. First replay is going to be Speakman versus J-Wade. So this match mattered a shit ton because if Speakman beat J-Wade by 3, if he beats him by 3, at least, he automatically usurps J-Wade's 8th position and goes to playoffs. If he loses if he wins at all, he doesn't place. If he wins by anything less than 3, he doesn't place. So this was a huge match. J-Wade obviously been doing better and better every week lately. So last week he almost beat Mike with Blaziken going ham.
Aggressive chicken is aggressive.
Yeah, so Speakman definitely had his work cut out for him this week. And I know that like honestly, it's kind of fucked up to say this, but if Speakman hadn't surrendered, there's a super high possibility that his points would have been nowhere near J-Wade's. Like, he might have still lost those matches, but like taking 2 6-0s off gate is like he might have been able to sit here and just be whatever. But he did have those 2 forfeits, and I knew that like he really wanted to go ahead and place into playoffs because he placed first year really high. Actually, I think he was top 4 in his first year of playoffs, and he had run the first spot of the entire season for like 6 weeks.
A couple of weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. It was a long time. So I knew he wanted to come hard this week. J-Wade just wanted to make it, man. He's just always trying to just make it.
Yeah, man. J-Wade's been talking a lot of shit recently. I don't know what it is. He's been talking a lot of shit, but I'll touch on that later. But personally, I thought, when me and Ian had the discussion video, I was like, I feel like I did say Chris had the better team, but I just feel like J-Wade has a decent amount of bulk, and then he also hits fairly hard. You guys saw last week with the Blaziken, so I was just like, as long as he KOs like as what he needs to KO, like as Ian said, it doesn't matter if he loses the match. He just needs to survive pretty much.
Yeah, his whole thing is all he has to do is get Speakman to 2 or less Pokemon.
Yeah, so it's not that much pressure on him.
Statistically, even though Speakman's team may or may not have been better, Speakman may or may not have been a better player, statistically, J-Wade had odds on his side.
Right.
So that's what we're looking at coming into this match. We can see some fairly obvious plays here from Speakman. We're going to assume that's a dazzling little Bruxus there.
Right.
Coupled with his Latios, who has Levitate, so he can spam Earthquake next to it. He's bringing his Fire God again, Reshiram. We finally seen him a couple of times, so like we know what he does. Venusaur is showing up for like maybe the 3rd or 4th time of the season. It's definitely exciting to see him here. I don't know if we were expecting some type of Sun battle, or maybe like Whimsicott here is registered with Sunny Day, maybe. But we'll find out in a second there. Whimsicott obviously with Prankster support. So I see we have Latios, Whimsicott, and possibly Bruxish, although Bruxis has a lot of offensive ability too, bringing up the support side of Speakman's team. And then offensively, his Mamoswine, his Reshiram, and his Venusaur are looking to put the W's on the board. On J-Wade's side, you want to talk about that?
Dan?
Alright, so we got the Komo with we got the signature Z move coming in. Outside of that, it's Okay, first off, I don't like Kumo. I'm just gonna say that myself. I think it's okay, but outside that Z move, it's an average Pokemon. But it has pretty beefy stats, so it can get a clean hit, especially with the fighting weakness on Mamoswine. Gotta watch out for that Cotton Ball though. We got what's it called? Persian. Persian, good fake up support, has good utility with Parting Shot, and is pretty deceptively bulky with the thick coat or the fur coat abilities. So get some boost in defense. Gotta watch out for some fire coverage though, especially from Reshiram. Heatran, he's been using it a lot as a faster attacker. It's usually packing Eruption, really good in doubles. We got the Tapu Fini, probably the standalone Calm Mind setup sweeper. With the
that he always does.
Yeah, as he always does, and especially with Speakman with 2 Dragon types, so complete shuts off Dragon Step with the which is nice. Blaziken, MVP of the entire world, because Jesus God Almighty, you need that thing not touch a single thing on your team, because it's just going to annihilate you like a flaming truck. And then Pachirisu support with Follow Me and Super Fang, as we've been seeing. Super Fang really good, especially on like these heavier HP Pokemon, which Speaking doesn't really have, but we have a lot of bulky teams now, and Super Fang does a huge number on them too. It's got access to Nuzzles, a good support move, which you haven't seen so far, but who knows what we'll see today.
Yeah, so that's really it about these two teams. Just a reminder, we are giving away Mews right now. You can drop a Magikarp onto GTS asking for a level 100 Mew. Let us know in chat, we'll give it out. Then we can actually also give you, if you want, we can give you the Shiny Mew, which you'll have to add us for because that was a event Pokemon, and I can only trade it directly. But if you do that, you can follow the instructions in chat here. We have our friend code posted. You give us your friend code, we add you, and then we'll distribute that Mew to you. So just follow the instructions there. Without any more delay, let's go ahead and kick this one off. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Let's go.
We got Speakman versus J-Wave.
And just going back to Ian's point about like having the Venusaur and the Whimsicott there, I feel like Chris has brought like some type of a support, whether it be like something like a Zapdos or something. I'm really surprised this is the week he didn't just stick to his guns, because I feel like Zapdos in general just has a really good overall matchup against a lot of J-Wave's team, including like Fini, Persian, and he doesn't have the Kanto Ninetales anymore, so I'm really surprised to see him bring out the Venusaur.
So we find out now that that's not even a dazzling brush, so it's definitely Strong Jaws. Como doing his best this week. We'll see you later, buddy. Not really, because you get dropped.
Doing his best.
Doing his best.
Dude, Stab plus Strong Fang plus, friggin'
Como being weak as fuck.
Boom.
So now we got the Misty Terrain. This Latios actually carrying Choice Scarf for the trick. So swapping out on the Persian surprisingly instead of the top of Phoenix, and gets the Silk Scarf, so useless items that you can trade off to. But that Choice Scarf trade's really fine now because he gets a Parting Shot, so he doesn't have to lock himself in. Goes on the Bruxish, which it's a smart move since Strong Jaws now.
Mm-hmm.
So now we switch up the
That was a super smart move though, because specifically now if you do Fake Out, that's it. That's all you get to do with that Persian.
Yeah. So here we go. Tapu Fini's most used move in the entire game.
Come on, boys. We need to start running taunt on this Tapu Fini. We gotta start, bro. Come on.
Why is he just fucking? Everybody lets him set up.
I know, that's the thing. I'm like, you guys don't let him just.
I definitely brought taunt versus him specifically for this goddamn Pachirisu.
Latios goes for the side shock. Pachirisu, surprisingly bulky, eats to hit like a champ and takes a second. I know, it's like a complete champ. And this Moonblast, I'm surprised he didn't try to go straight away for the Latios. But I mean, that's some decent damage on the Bruxish.
Especially when he has Trick, so it's gonna trick him now. So he just sort of protecting the Pachirisu just to keep it alive, I guess, and expecting he's gonna attack it anyway with the Follow Me. So now we get the other trick out, taking out the leftovers, giving it the Still Scarf. So now it's gonna really mess up the longevity. I need to stop saying those words.
Longevity.
Longevity.
On that Tapu Fini. Takes a good hit from the Psychic Bank, but now we're going to get a Moon Blast.
Where's it going?
Actually, going to hit the Latios.
And kill
Takes
it?
out with one hit.
Straight kill.
Get that clean Moon hit. Does Misty Terrain boost fairy moves too?
I believe so. I don't think so. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was about to say.
It does.
This is a. It does. Okay. So this is a smart move from Jaway's part, expecting like a grass move or something on the Tapu Fini switches after Heat Train. Gets a Super Fang out. So we get a Psychic Fang on the Pachirisu. That's gonna take it out.
Pachirisu finally goes down, but it definitely did everything it was supposed to do this so far in this match.
So this is questionable because he goes for a Sludge Bomb instead of like a grass move being safe. Both moves hit on the Tapu Fini because at least it would have done a little bit of damage on Heat Train instead of just doing literally nothing. But now we're gonna switch out, expecting the fire move for the Reshiram.
Yeah, personally, I don't think I would have made the switch. I would have just let Venusaur die. At this point, only because like I'm pretty sure this is Earth Power, right? This is Earth Power right here, and this hits hard, man. That Reshiram, I would have just kept the Venusaur in there.
Yeah, did it not have Protect even?
I'm not sure. You have to ask Chris about that.
I'm surprised, but that was a good move on Jaway too, because I'm pretty sure he Earth Powered expecting to switch too, because he could have just gone Eruption. It still does a okay amount, but the Earth Power was a really good move. Now we get the Misty Surge back up again with Tapu Fini on another Earth Power, actually going to take out the Reshiram before he even does anything.
Yeah, really I'm assuming that the Heat Train has a Choice Scarf on it.
That
thing is so. It's usually really slow. That's a smart move on Jay Wade's part, and for Reshiram, man, gets in and gets smacked twice, bro.
Yeah, really good on Jay because that's a big heavy hit.
He does Waterfall on the Tapu Fini instead of the Heat Ram.
I think he switched Persian out for the Tapu Fini. I guess he wanted. I'm not sure why he even targeted it, to be honest, especially with the Choice Scarf.
Yeah, that's a bit weird on Chris's part. Just things like that will end up costing you.
And there goes Brexish.
And the Tapu Fini though, which I feel like is a very
we're down to 3 on him. I think we're down to 3 on Speakman. So like one more lost Pokemon, and that's his ass.
Right.
Yeah. So he needs to take care of this Mamoswine. Mamoswine not super bulky, to be honest. Especially now with the Whimsicott.
But now, like, Jay Way sends our Heat Train, and the Heat Train's looking across the field like, I'm about to smack you boys. For sure. Like, I was smart Protect on Chris. I'm assuming that the Whimsicott has a Focus Sash. So it's probably going to eat whatever hit comes from Heat Train, which is the Eruption.
This is rough.
The thick, meaty hit.
He survives by 1 HP because of his Focus Sash.
That Persian now just sitting there doing literally nothing with the Choice Scarf. I would have left it in honestly, and just instead of Moon Blasting it, because like he has to switch it out, or he just lets it sit there and be cannon fodder. But I understand you want to get the kill. So now we have the Angry Chicken coming in. Now it's down to 2 to 3 Pokemon.
If he had Protect on that Scapegoat.
On the Whimsicott, right? Yeah. Whimsicott, maybe. Well, yeah, right? Because I'm pretty sure I don't know if...
Because here it comes.
The Earthquake kills both? The Earthquake kills both?
I'm pretty sure.
It does.
Earthquake is super strong on Mamoswine.
Chris.
Yeah,
literally
Damn,
lost.
Chris. Oh my
lost
God.
by 1 point.
One Pokemon.
Because he didn't have Protect.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, if he had like Protect.
Oh, Mamoswine would have died.
Oh shit, Mamoswine dies too. So he loses by 2. So no matter what, he fucking took that out.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris only had 1 Pokemon left. So
that right there was intense. Oh my God. Wow.
That's a big old yanks.
Good match, but unfortunately in the end, Jay Wade takes it.
What do we say is MVP of that?
Honestly, Heat Train
really good.
Did a lot of work. Yeah.
Heat Train was really good.
He pretty much fucked up the whole plan for Speakman there. So we'll give Heatran MVP for that match, and we'll move on to the next round, which is Dan versus Jordan. Big match.
Big, thick match going on here. Honestly, should have been the last one. Best match of all season, I feel.
Okay.
Okay. know, Ian. Let him know.
So with this match coming in, I'm gonna be frank here. The only thing I was really worried about with Jordan's team is Palkia. I respect Lucario. I've respected it since I've seen Jordan start using it. But I do have some good answers for it. The Mimikyu is something I was a little bit worried about. I have some things that are weak to it, but I feel like I was okay with it. Let me tell you, Solgaleo was trash. I do not care about Solgaleo. This is the third time I faced this thing, and I knocked him fast, and then Scar knocked Mufasa off the mountain. It's fine.
Talk your shit.
Well,
it's okay.
I could have swore them when I brought them.
I killed that shit. What are you talking about?
I could have swore that I won though.
Yeah, you know we got the electric tiger putting it work there, not Simba. So with my team, I expected him to bring Illumise, which most people would expect. Got good support with Thunderwave, Tailwind. Thing about Illumise though, it's not as fast as my Praxeter. And my Praxeter has Fake Out and it has Taunt. So Liepard's only real job outside of like annoying the shit out of things with like Encore was just to make sure Illumise didn't really get to do anything. And so I brought Liepard. I'm bringing a little Rain Core here with Politoed, Kingdra, and the Tornadus with 100% accuracy Hurricanes. Kingdra really insanely strong Swift Swimmer when you get the rain up. Has huge heavy hitters, and since I was mostly worried about the Palkia, I brought a Draco Meteor with a Z move on it just to make sure I can get a one shot. This Politoed's actually a bulky set. I'm trying to make sure it survives because I wasn't sure if he was going to bring Gigalith or not, so we would have a weather war. So I wanted to make sure I had enough time to set up more rain and make sure I don't die.
You want to make sure you have your bulk boy.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have the thick toads. So now Tornadus, generic special attacker, has a decent coverage move, regenerator's pretty good, and packing Tailwind. Pretty decent support and offense. Crocodile with the Intimidate support, it's actually deceptively pretty fast and it hits really hard, especially with stuff like Knockoff and Earthquake. So I wanted to bring it just to make sure, because I wasn't sure if he was going to bring Dragonite or if he was going to bring Salamence. I knew he was bringing Double Dragon, but I wanted to make sure I had an answer because they both lose to Rock also. And then last but not least, we got the thick boy. We got Buzzwole sitting here looking like a snack. Really heavy hitter. Doesn't like special moves, but that's why it's packing Assault Vest just in case he, in the off chance, brought Volcarona. Because I had a lot of answers to Volcarona, but you never know. Especially if he's predicting rain, he can just start spamming Hurricane.
Yeah.
It's also got Poison Jab to answer to Mimikyu, so it doesn't just sit there and really good coverage moves actually, and it has 2 recovery moves with Assault Vest and Reduce Life and Drain Punch, which is pretty good. But that's most of my team is just like try to apply pressure really early and then just clean sweep before my opponent can step back up.
That makes sense. Over on Jordan's team, you kind of already did a little bit of the analysis there. We have double dragons with Dragonite and Palkia. Dragonite being ×4 weak to ice, but multi-scale getting a really good little bit of bulk there. The Mimikyu also having a good little free substitute with its ability. Illumise, obviously there to do support shit, but can't do much against Liepard, as Dan already pointed out. And then Lucario pulling up the tail end, ready to deal out some, what I assume is special attacking, because he's been using special attacking Lucario like all season. Especially against, people with Intimidate like myself and Dan in this situation. So we're going to probably see a special attacking Lucario. These teams match up pretty well. I think obviously Dan has the advantage here, especially seeing as he pretty much brought a couple things specifically to counter things that Jordan actually did bring. So it's a uphill battle for Jordan on this matchup here. But I'm ready to kick it off if you guys are.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, go. We got.
So I wasn't sure. Oh, go on.
No, I was just saying we got a nice match here.
Alright. I wasn't so sure on what to lead with along with Liepard, because I didn't want to lead with Toad. Those 2 passives. Didn't want to lead with Buzzwole, because he's got a lot of instances for Buzzwole early on, so I just went with Tornadus just as a generic heavy hitter. threaten things, especially Illumise because of potential hurricanes and heat waves.
You don't happen to have HP ice on that, do you?
No, I do not.
That would have been sick.
Yeah, so he goes for Protect here.
Jordan's outfit, bro. I can't.
Yeah, dude.
So we get the fake out on the Illumise, which I was expecting him to use something. I went for the Hurricane on the Dragonite just in case someone hit it. Because I actually don't care about the Illumise staying alive because I have the best answer for it.
Mm-hmm.
So he switches it out, going for the Palkia. I'm not sure why he switched out for the Palkia, but it's fine. So now we get the taunt on the Illumise, which is good because it's going to Encore. So the Illumise is basically shut down at this point, so I literally don't have to focus on one Pokemon. But of course, Hurricane sucks, so...
It's time to bring him back because you have already shut down the Ilmuse, so now we can get this free Hurricane set up.
Yeah, so now we get the rain from Toad Boy. Rain's kind of scary with his team because Palkia's in the rain is super scary, but he gets a free switch in, or I get a free scout with the Illumise switching out, going after the Lucario, and I just get a Hurricane on the Palkia. Just want to try and get some damage on it because I know he always packs Assault Vest on it.
That was I'm sorry to interrupt. That was a really risky play on Jordan's part in general because, like, obviously you could have easily targeted Ilmuse with a free Hurricane for a kill, and bringing in a Fighting type on that just was a risky move. You go for the double protect?
Yeah, I just wanted to see what he's gonna do because I wasn't actually sure. This is the first time I'm using Politoed actually, so I was really underestimating its bulk. Like that Lore Sphere should have told me right there, like, thing's broken, should be banned. So you get a Hurricane going off on the Lucario, almost takes it out, but it's definitely Sash. It's actually a physical attack on Lucario with Meteor Mash and Poison Jab. Goes for the Toad actually, and he just says screw it and go for the Draco Meteor because he doesn't want to deal with this Hurricane.
Oh, Jordan. Oh, okay. I thought
you thought he was targeting the Toad?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Jordan, please don't.
And like
but he didn't. That's smart. Yeah.
And unnecessary crits, and the bird goes down. Didn't get to do too much this game.
You might have survived that, honestly, without a crit.
Maybe. We'll see. And then, we wouldn't see, but Gall comes out and takes out Lucario. So Toad getting up that one kill, and now we get the aggression going on. Mm-hmm. Now that we gotta stop something out. So now he brought out Illumise, which, I probably should have brought Life Red out just in case, but I really wanted to start getting aggressive, which I predicted the switch of Palkia, and he goes for the Mimikyu, so I didn't actually go Draco Meteor here. Illumise goes for the Thunder Wave, but it misses, and I get the Muddy Water for free, basically.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, Kingdra is actually really strong.
And a boosted... And, he takes the accuracy drop.
Accuracy drop and the Disguise Breaks. Yeah, Thunder Wave, I just checked, actually only has 95 accuracy, so I was like, wait, how'd that miss?
Yeah, he had a high chance of not missing. So RNG definitely helped you out there.
Yeah, so Toad getting 2 kills now. So Toad doing a lot of work.
Probably Toad's putting in a lot of work, goddamn.
Yeah. So Palkia comes back out. I'm not thinking he's going to switch again, so I'll just screw it and I'll just Z-move it.
Yeah, because if he gets that Palkia off with his Draco Meteor, obviously, that's going to be a problem for the Kingdra, so Seahorse, you don't play that.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised that he brought in Palkia, just because, like, he has some, like, he had options. Like, he could have brought in, like, Solgaleo. But
I guess...
Damn, bro, like...
I guess he wasn't expecting the Z move, I'm not sure.
I mean, even Dragon Pulse would have done a significant amount of damage to that guy.
And even in the rain, like with this Whip Swim, Kingdra outspeeds Palkia regardless.
Yeah. So Politoed living like a champ because you don't care about no sass. Takes the berry, goes back to almost full. And I just went for Ice Beam here instead of Skull just in case that Assault Vest was strong enough to survive the Z move. But it's
Rain Stop.
Free damage. Yeah, so Rain stops. Now I need to get my Pokemon out of here, but I want to play safe. So instead of just double switching, I just switch out Kingdra, and I'm going to keep Politoed in Protect just in case. After I get the Intimidate off on the only Pokemon that I really need at all.
Well, that's a big Intimidate off on Mimikyu too, because Mimikyu is pretty powerful, even though it's a simple Pokemon. So that was a key switch right there.
Yeah, so he keeps going for Rock Slide on Dragonite, and I'm really confused why. I feel like
Same.
Yeah.
He probably didn't have a better answer.
Probably. So now we get the Play Rough on the Crocodile, but takes it like a champ with that Intimidate.
What a tank.
What a thick boy.
Well, that Intimidate really saved your ass there.
Yeah, so now I just go for the knockoff from the Crocodile, and I'm gonna keep the Toadin for a little bit longer, just because I feel I don't
That's
really
a
feel
risky play too, because if that Toad goes down, you're definitely gonna lose your rain, which is gonna help you
Yeah.
outspeed. So that's
So
a risky play.
he goes for the Dragon Dance, which I'm like, he lost one attack, so it's fine. I instead of Ice Beam, I'm gonna go for Scald, because I know this is weakness not. And the last thing I want to do is trigger weakness. So now I just break the multi-scale for free, basically. And don't get the bird setting. And now he's down to Solgaleo, just down to 2. So now is when I switch out the Toad, because I don't need it anymore. And I switch back out the Lifer, because it's just to get a fake out off and probably, like, see if I can fade out of Protect for Encore. And I'm going to save the Crocodile, because I want to try and get one clean hit on the Solgaleo.
Oh, Jordan, no. Stop rock sliding. No.
Stop rock sliding.
Stop rock sliding.
So
he might be scarfed. No, he's not scarfed because he did Dragon Dance.
Yeah. So fun fact about this Lifer, it's actually max speed and then max HP. So it takes that rock slide.
Damn, what a tank.
Yeah, that Lifer, thick. Deceptively thick. So I just get the fake out for some free damage. I'm tired of rock slide, so I'm gonna knock that out real quick, and I'm gonna get a knockoff. See what it is.
Almost kills.
Yeah, so this is where alright, it has a Z move. I'm not sure what Z move it has. It might have Z Flare Blitz for like the bug, but it's
probably Sunsteel Strike, honestly.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So now both the dark types go down, but they did plenty of what they needed to do. Lifer did his job, so that's fine. And I can just clean up with a Rain Core.
Yes, sir.
Poor Buzzwole just in the back like, come on, man, I lifted knife for nothing. Come on, man.
Drizzle Cubs out.
Yeah, Kingdra's honestly a monster. Like, you kind of need to stop it when the rain comes out, or else it'll just Muddy Wop. I go for Muddy Water just to like take out Solgaleo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even if he Draco Meteors the Kingdra, I just got Ice Beam for the last knockout. Which, fun fact, it's Rock Slide.
Come on, Jordan.
So what, he has Dragon Dance, Rock Slide, assumably Protect, and what?
I'm not sure what the last move is.
I'm not sure, but Ice Beam goes down for the kill.
That's it. Dan takes the W and he secures his spot as number 4. My guy.
Well, not yet.
Well, I would like to give I'd like to give a big shout out to Buzzwole. The intimidation factor of just being there to scare people. Shout out to Jordan for being a good sport.
Probably would say that that the Toad was the MVP of that match for sure.
I agree.
And that brings Dan up to a +8. Now on my side, I have to win by at least 1 if I'm gonna cinch my 4th spot. So I have to beat Jay by 1, or I don't make it to the 4th spot.
Do we clean the cleaner is the question.
So we're going in here. You can talk about your team in a second, Jay. I go for obviously the Intimidate core with Incineroar. He has a lot of answers for a lot of Jay's Pokemon as well, so that's a strong Pokemon. Superior handles a shit ton of Jay's Pokemon and is just good for like taunting and stuff to take down like Sableye were out there to set up and stuff. Basically, I can taunt like whomever. Which I thought was really key because last time I got fucked up by like status effects and stuff. So I was definitely anticipating more status. Volcanion messes up a lot of the ground type Pokemon as well as does some decent damage to Dialga with Earth Power, and in general is a great Pokemon with its typing. So he's just there to do some big damage. He also has Fire to answer any of the Ice types and Steel types that Jay has, if I can get that off. Then we have Zorora, obviously normally a Fake Out user. I did not bring Fake Out this time on him, anticipating Zorara or Zarina. Fake Out is on Incineroar, but I figured like I just wouldn't, if I saw Zarina, I just wasn't going to Fake Out the first turn because I figured he'd switch in Zarina, so I had other plans with that. But then, bringing up my support side, I have Clefable here. Clefable rocking Icy Wind to do some good damage on or flying types as well as to give me some speed advantage there. I thought that was really important in this matchup. And then Yveltal just doing Yveltal's that fucking thing, man. It's bulky, it hits hard, it has Beast Oblivion Wing healing move, and it's a great dark type that supports the rest of my Pokemon. So that's pretty much my team.
Solid team. Really solid team.
So go ahead, man.
Oh, my bad. So when I was prepping, the thing that was worrying me the most was if Ian brought Sand with Excadrill, Tyranitar, Volcanion. Also really scared me because it does hit a lot of what I have decently hard. So if you got something like a Tailwind up, it would have been a big problem. Besides that, with Clefable, I was worried about it, but I feel like if I kept the pressure on Clefable, I know it's extremely bulky, but if I just keep hitting it like with something, it's good. Obviously, it's gonna die eventually, but just having that there, because I know with like it could follow me, it could taunt, and then I do have 2 Dragon types. Although Moonblast hits Dialga neutral, it really hits Kyurem White extremely hard. With Yveltal, I was a bit worried, but I wasn't that worried only because when I was looking, I look at a lot of like my movesets. So for Dialga, this is a Choice Specs Dialga with Flash Cannon, Earth Power, and Power Gem. And I forgot the 4th move. I think it was like Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor, but I really wanted Power Gem in there just because it hits Yveltal really hard, as well as Volcanion gets it hard with the Power Gem and the Earth Power. So there's Incineroar. And then with Rotom Wash there. Rotom Wash is there just because I know Ian likes to lead either Incineroar or like some type of fake out. So my plan was to lead this and then probably switch out into Serena. I was hoping that if he didn't see Serena there, he would have gone for the fake out and I maybe would have got a free hit in. With Gliscor's there for his support role. He's there for Tailwind. Serena was in case he went Trick Room because Ian did pick up Slowbro. And he kind of has some Pokemon that could be used for Trick Room. So I had Chop Kick, I had Taunt, I had Knock Off, and I think U-Turn was the final move. And then Kyurem White, same as Dialga. On him, I have an HP Berry. I had Earth Power, Ice Beam, Dragon Pulse, and I think Protect. And lastly, we have Dan's favorite Pokemon, of course, Marshadow, the ghost child that, steals our hearts in the middle of the night. So with Marshadow, it was interesting because Marshadow's biggest threat was Yveltal. And I was thinking, I'm like, if I get some damage on the Yveltal beforehand, I do have confidence in Marshadow just to not kill it, but Yveltal is base 99 speed, Marshadow is base 125. So if he went for Sucker Punch, it would have been a bit of a problem, but he would have caught a Thunder Punch. I was running Thunder Punch, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, and I believe Spectral Thief, just in case. And yeah, man, I was really scared of the Sand Core. When he brought it, I was a bit relieved, but what threw me off was the Superior threw me off a bit, but it was okay. No.
Yeah, Superior definitely losing Superior early on is a big problem for me because he has a lot of answers to a lot of Jay's Pokemon, and once that setup gets rolling with the contrary, like he can fucking hit hard and fast. So I was definitely trying to focus on keeping him alive. But let's see how it goes, man. You ready?
Sure.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. So like I already said, as soon as I saw Zarina, I was like, this dude is trying to switch in Zarina on me to stop a fake out. I saw Zarina on his team, and I was like, I know why that's there. And so when this was coming out, this is what kills me, because I was thinking the first turn, I was like, I want to either protect or switch out Incineroar. But then I was like, at the last second, I was like, screw it, Flare Blitz. I'm gonna Flare Blitz the Dialga, just try to get it, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll try to protect or something, whatever. And then I'll just go ahead and get my free, if he switches in Zarina, whatever. If he doesn't, then I'm gonna hit Rotom Wash really hard. So I go for the Leaf Storm.
The Serena's packing an Assault Vest, so I wasn't worried about the Leaf Storm. coming in. I was a bit worried about the special attack moves I was worried about, but I was like, hit, and even if he does like get it, I was thinking if I could take the hit. I go for the Earth Power here, and I'm like, damn, Zach made this Dialga this week. I'm like, I should have him make my Pokemon every week. I get the critical hit.
Yeah.
And that's huge. Incineroar is usually a pain whenever I face Ian, so getting it out first was really big. So this close combat, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll go for the close combat, and I was like, I didn't realize he had I didn't realize he had that vest on, so I'm trying to get this ice out on this Pokemon and just do big damage, even if he switches in. But he, like you said, he has the assault vest on, so doesn't do it. The Earth Power takes me down to a really middle ground HP, and then U-turn finishes off Superior. Superior is one of my main answers for like a lot of Jay's Pokemon, so like that's a big loss, especially with Rotom Wash sitting there in the background. And then he gets a free switch.
I honestly didn't think that was. I mean, I know Serena has base 125 attack, and I know the U-turn super effective. So a part of me thought it was gonna kill, but at the same time I was a bit worried. Even so it comes out right here, and I was thinking like, do I want to power gem this thing? I decided to not. I wanted to send out Rotom Wash just because I wanted to get. I think I had Reflect Up because I didn't really want to get hit by the Sucker Punch because it hurts after a while, especially since it's boosted and things like that.
Yeah, and Dark Pulse would have probably killed Dialga anyway, since Steel types don't resist Dark anymore. So like that was definitely a good switch on your part. I mean, even Dark Pulse did a shit ton of damage to Rotom, who's normally a huge tank.
And then I was expecting the switch out of Zeraora. I didn't think Clefable was coming in though. I set up Reflect, I believe, this turn, and then I'm just going for I'm just trying to put on damage. I was trying to kill the Zeraora, but just putting damage on the Clefable was huge because I know how annoying it could be, especially if he gets follow me up. But thankfully,
this is a really clutch move. Yeah, the berry.
With this Gliscor, I have Earthquake and Rock Slide, so I'm not too worried about follow me, but Rotom living that, as Ian said, was very clutch.
So this is a big one right here. I know that this bitch right here is hard hitting. I'm pretty sure he's going to use a rock type now. And so I switch in Zeraora, and I'm going for Icy Wind here. And I get a fucking... I get double targeted, first of all. Triggers my berry, I heal. And then I fucking flinch. Icy Wind would have been huge here.
And then Ian gets flinched. I'm like, bro, I'm definitely having Zach make my Pokemon every week to just insert his hack juices or whatever software he uses. I was like, screw it, bro. So that's actually insanely huge because I'm just right now I just want to kill the Clefable. I'm not worried about the Zeraora. I just want to kill the Clefable because I know it's gonna be annoying down the line. And this thing, man. Look at taking hits like a champ, bro.
Yeah, and finally I get the Icy Wind off, which, if it had come out a turn earlier, this would have made all the difference right here. It misses the Sears Roebuck, or it's not very effective on him. Still, I get the double speed drop. Now I have speed advantage. I'm going to outspeed both of them with Icy Wind no matter what, because the Tailwind's also down. And I can kill Rotom with Plasma Fist even now. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready for it. I just go ahead and kill Rotom.
Mm-hmm. Goes for the Plasma Fist here. I was thinking, do I switch? But I'm like, if he goes for Icy Wind again, I don't really want anything to get hit with the minus speed. So I'm like, Gliscor pretty much did his job. I could maybe set up another Tailwind. I think I do set up another Tailwind, and that's in the
here. I was
big
fucking
shack
I was
here, man.
really, really worried about it. I was like, I should wait because he's probably going to protect here. And he knows I have close combat, but I was like, screw it. Go Z-move. And as soon as I saw the protect, I was like, motherfucker. And also, not only that, but Reflect is still up. It was really it was a bad play in retrospect. So busting out the Z-move too early here. I could have easily, I would have outsped, and I could have swapped out here, you know what I mean? Tons of options.
Yeah, I was surprised. The reason why I thought you stayed in was just because you wanted to get the hit off. Because I thought that you were planning on just sacrificing the Zeraora. Because even with the minus 3 from the Icy Wind, Gliscor still outspeeds Clefable. Mm-hmm. And a part of me was like, don't want to sub Tailwind here. I actually thought this Earthquake would have killed. That's why I didn't sub Tailwind.
Check it.
This thing Survivor literally 1 HP, and I was just like, all right, that's cool, I guess. And then Reflect wears off, which is
a turn later would have been the call. Withdrawing him, bringing in Volcanion, whatever, like that definitely would have been the call right there. Or even bringing in, a Veltal would have been a better call there. And so I just get the close combat off, whatever is going to happen. Freya goes down.
I did not think that was gonna. I was actually really mad when that killed. I was like, "Damn, bro!" But it was whatever. She did her job, and then right here, I was debating if I wanted to. Well, I died anyway, but I had Earthquake and I had the Ground Z move. So I was like, "Do I hit the Volcanion?" I think I did, but I was like, "I'm gonna die anyway." So at this point, I'm worried about close combat, but I know Marshadow has Sucker Punch, so if he does go for it, I'm okay. I just want to Earth Power.
This would have been a great time to swap in a Veltal.
No, it would have.
for instead of protecting here. And then you hit him with the Earth Power, which does a huge amount of damage, and it triggers my berry.
I'm really these Pokemon just living by these inches, bro. Inches.
I mean, yours too. You guys I trigger like 4 berries on you this round. And Danny Phantom survives by a little bit here.
A little bit? That's like 45%. What do you mean?
I mean, it's, another hit of that, and that's it. So,
and then
obviously Earth Power is coming.
I saw the switch, but I thought he was going to switch the other way. I thought that maybe he still wanted. Well, I didn't know that he didn't bring Fake Out. I was like, maybe he still wants to Fake Out. Maybe he still wants the option to close combat. He knows I have Dialga. So I'm just let me just go for a Spectral Thief. I don't mind risking Marshadow just for that. And then with Shaq, I went for the Ice Beam, expecting Evinsol to come in, and he actually has to Dope Protect off. I was like, okay, I got, which is cool. I was like, that's cool.
So instead of Sucker Punching here, definitely Oblivion Wing would have been the call.
Look at that.
Oblivion Wing would have killed, and it would have healed the Veltal by a little, and then I would have got a close combat off on the fucking thing there. Oh no, you Sucker Punched him anyway.
Yeah,
so he would have died, but I would have definitely got Oblivion Wing off on him and killed, and survived by a little bit of HP too.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, I'm just like, I know that Marshadow. In general, outspeeds Ivital. It's in killing range. Danny Phantom goes looking for the Thunder Punch. Wow, real quick. There goes
goes down.
The Dark Bird. And then Volcanion got hit with that Earth Power before. He's going to get hit with the Earth Power again. And this time it's definitely going to kill at that range.
Boom, it's over.
That's the match. That was a really fun match, Ian. Thank you.
No problem, man. Game. I lose by 3, which puts me down actually 2 spots. That go down from 4th to 6th. And that is pretty much fucking it for the league season 13. Obviously we missed out on 2 matches. Those both ended in surrenders. But we're going into playoffs now. So MVP there definitely gonna have to fucking be. Wow, that's a hard one. I don't know, Gliscor?
Maybe. Marshadow, I don't know.
Marshadow didn't really do too much. I mean, it put the pressure on with Sucker Punch at the end there, which is probably the biggest deal.
I would say.
I don't know, to be honest.
It's a hard call there.
I think everyone on the squad did what it was supposed to do, which is fine.
I would say, I don't know. I feel like Zorora did a bit good.
Well, Zorora did good and stuff. Honestly, you know what? It's too hard to say, so we'll just leave it at that.
MVP.
And with that, we go into our playoffs. So that's the end of season 13. Season 13. Wow, season 4, week 13. We will be back again next week. We're getting no delay, going straight into playoffs with our first set of playoff brackets. No Muse got given away. To be fair, we didn't give a lot of notice. I mean, we gave a week notice, but then we didn't post it on Twitter till later today. So that was kind of our bad. Whatever, no big deal.
It's okay, bro.
We'll give them away again next week. We'll do better next week with the giveaway announcements. So we'll have Mew again for next week since nobody took it this week. That being said, we're now ended on Season 4, Week 13. The season's over. We're going in our playoff brackets, which we will have in a stream coming right immediately after this in about 10 minutes after the stream ends here. So you guys can look forward to that. Dan, stay tuned. You can stay in the thing if you want. So you can... Yeah, I guess Marshall will probably go MVP because the Sucker Punch pressure is what really ended the game there. But yeah, so... this has been Week 13, guys. Way to go. Great season on all of us. It's been a pleasure to have everybody compete this year. Sorry to John and Speakman. They do not make playoffs, and we go into our top 8 next week. How do you guys feel about the season? I mean, you enjoy it? Dan, this is your first year.
I quite enjoy it. I'm very excited.
Yeah, you came in on a really tough year, too, with the Ubers bracket here. But, I mean, it was a rough year. How you feel about it, Jay?
Well, like, I remember I was talking to you in, like, the off-season before going to season. I wasn't really sure if I was going to join. And then with the reveal that the draft roster was going to be, Uber-based meta, I was a bit skeptic about it because I never really liked, like, legendary Pokemon in general. I don't know if that makes any sense. I've just never been, like...
I agree. I mean, I'm there with you.
Right, the biggest fan of them, but I mean, I'm really glad. This probably of all the seasons so far that I've been in, personally, this is my third. This is probably the most fun I've had. This is probably the best team that I've probably had combined all three, and I'm especially excited to be in playoffs, especially since how things ended last season. I'm really excited to prove myself.
Yeah, definitely. Last season was a little. Dude, man, last season was such a great season, and then at the tail end, it just fucking... We had some players just take a dump on it. And then, so, like, playoffs was kind of iffy last season. I agree with what everybody said. This season has been pretty much one of the best seasons. Competitively, it's been really hard, but it's also been really rewarding. And it's been fun to use Pokemon that are high tier that you don't get to use a lot in our meta, because of the way that it is. But I thought, honestly, going in retrospect, I thought like it would be way overpowered. Someone would get a team that was too much. I mean, some might make an argument that some of these teams might be a little too much, but I think they're all fairly balanced. It depends on your matchup, really. Some teams are just, unfortunately, the way it normally rounds up anyway, some teams just are outmatched by another team because of the type matchups and the Pokemon that are there. But overall, I think that this is probably even one of the more balanced metas. If I had to pick a mistake out of the season, I'd say taking Asterisk off some of those Pokemon and definitely announcing it early was probably a big mistake. But that's whatever.
Damn it, Zach.
That's been Week 13, guys. If you stick around in about 10 minutes, we're going to have a special presentation of the bracket list. I'm going to give our commentators a second to go to the bathroom break. I'm going to set up the new stream and get this replay set up for you guys, and we will see you guys soon. As always, thank you for watching us. This has been my co-hosts Jay and Dan. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.